Broadcast is live.
I like it.
Hey, hey, welcome everybody to Startalk Live. I'm Colin and we're here with Marty.
I
And we are exactly a couple minutes late, maybe 4 minutes late. And we
yeah,
apologize for that. I think there was a tornado in Vancouver, wasn't
right.
there?
It was, yeah, definitely.
It's
It
a
affected
pack.
some transmission stuff and that over the last couple of days. Gusty winds. We've been experiencing a little bit of issue, but
Freak of nature, act of God, and
act of God. But we're here. We've got a great guest, and
crashed
well,
computer on one side. But
that's fine.
so we didn't get the intro, so we can always
That's
paste
fine.
that in later. But hey, thanks for being here. So excited. We've got a really great guest here today. I
Definitely,
think you'll enjoy his music. I think you'll enjoy his stories. I
for
think you'll
sure.
enjoy his heart. He's a really great
Super
guy.
good, yeah.
But first of all, shout out to Will and Terry and My Crypto Adventures. And
Yeah,
well, everybody's starting to pile on here, so that's good.
everybody
And
in,
we're already hashtagging.
all
And
aboard.
I agree with Terry. The future is bright.
I
And
agree.
so, welcome to Star Talk Live with
You
Colin
did.
and Marty.
That's it.
So, Martino, you've got some pretty heavy weather there in Vancouver.
Yeah, crazy, but it'll blow over, as they say, and let's see what happens. We're
Now, I understand that you participated in quite a sale. Now, I want to wait a little bit. Hi, Cindy, till
I,
more people get on because you got quite a cache.
well, I got some major caches this last couple of weeks. I've been very, very active, just like stocks trade and just like NFTs trade, and the goats will be up for grabs and that. I've been making some major buys, and I've been off selling a lot of stuff too that I've had for such a long time, that I figured let somebody else have it. I still kept one or two instead of having 10 of each. I can part with it. When it gets to the point where every time you see it, you buy it, you've got
Too
issues.
many, yeah.
Exactly.
You keep buying the same thing over and over again.
That's
Like,
exactly it.
why
But
did I buy that again? I already have 10 of those
yeah,
records.
I'll just I'll start off with something
Hey,
light. Something light. It's a fun thing. I'll try to go chronologically. I'll go back old first of all. What
hey, Richie, what's up? You're
Hey,
gonna like this. Watch what Marty's just picked up.
I'm going to show something
He's
really
got
good
some
here.
pretty interesting
If you
finds.
look at these are mini books. Now,
Oh,
these books came out in the 40s. They were manufactured in Canada. And this one is called Count Bruga.
Count
Now,
Bruga.
it's all Uga Bruga by Royce Publishing in Canada. So, in my whole lifetime of collecting books and memorabilia and small books, I've got smaller than this. I have never found anything like this. So the rule of thumb in collecting, if you see it, buy it.
Wow,
So now there's another one, humorous
ghost stories.
ghost stories. Uh, and then I'll move on. I just got to put them back into my
This is
something
keeping
happened.
on the Halloween theme.
Yeah, that's right.
Raise it up a little bit. All we can see is the top.
Okay.
Well, there
But
you
what's
go.
happened is, remember what I was telling you about? It's almost as if there was a ghost in my machine. Uh, Everything's gone cuckoo on my machine again. I was telling you guys, I can't. I'll continue this when I get back on. It's a night of technical difficulties, folks. I'm going to get out of the screen. I'll keep talking. Can you see me, Colin?
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay, I'm going to try. This happened a couple weeks ago, the same thing, and it might be
You're
directly.
good. Just
I'm
maybe
good,
show
but
a few of those Beatles things because I know you got a good run on that. You
I have no screen. No. I can't see where I'm. Something went completely cuckoo here. Let me
all right?
see.
Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. You
You
may just
talk.
want to restart or just click out and then click the link and then come back in.
I'll have
And
to. I think I might have to do that. You're right, guys.
so
Sorry.
So what I'd like to do is I'd like to bring in our next guest, our only guest, well, one of our guests for tonight, and his name is Gino Gerussi. Now, he is a singer, he's a songwriter, he's a drummer, he's a multi-instrumentalist, and if you recognize his last name, he's related to Bruno Gerussi, who's a very famous actor in Canada, most notably for a television show that was filmed on the West Coast. And we'll let him tell you all about it. And without further ado, let's bring on Gino Gerussi and say hi to all the folks. Nice to see Agnes here, Ray, Richard and Donna. Austin's in the house, Christopher, and of course the Rickster. So welcome, Gino. Welcome to Startalk Live.
Well, thanks for having me. It's great to talk to you again. I haven't seen you for quite a while, so it's really good for me to see you.
Yeah. Now, you and I played a few gigs in the past.
Yes, we have. As we were talking before the show here, for those of you who don't know that Colin is quite a singer and quite a piano player, I was backstage and I'm a huge fan of the Guess Who and Burton Cummings, and I hear one of Burton's songs, one of the Guess Who songs is being played, and I come running out from backstage and I'm like, oh my God, Burton Cummings is here, like just singing perfectly. And it was Colin, and I was just blown away at how good you played it, how good you sang it. It was amazing.
Well, I remember doing those gigs with you, and we played some, we had to cram a lot, learn a lot of songs together really fast.
Oh, I think I had 6 days to learn that tour.
Yeah. And you played great, and you sang great, and it was just fun to be on the road with you too, because you're not only are you a great musician, but you're a great human being and dad and all that kind of stuff. And so that was a while back. Bring me up to speed, and folks in the chat, what have you been doing for the last couple of years, and how is this whole pandemic thing worked out for you? And obviously you're making music. And
yeah, well, I went through a bad time. I ended up with my children, though. That was unheard of, for a musician to get their children. And then the pandemic hit. I had to take a construction job, and no music. Everything stopped. As you know,
Wow.
Everything was, couldn't travel. No local gigs, no nothing. I have a big studio here. I'm in my studio right now, and not a lot of jingles are being done. Nothing. So I'm on this job site with Jacob Brothers, and I'm working for KTW, which is another construction company. And somebody found out I was a singer, and they went online and saw me singing with my cover band Dance Mob, and told the super on the job, "Gee, Gino's quite a singer." And so they came to me, and to make a long story short, they asked me to do a music video on the construction site in all my construction gear, the hard hat, everything. And I was like, not a chance. I'm not doing that. So they bugged me for about 3 weeks. And then I finally said, okay. And then I said, well, what song do you want me to do? And they said, well, do one of your songs. So my writing partner is Miles Black, as you know, and some of you may not know who Miles is. Miles is one of the greatest jazz guys in North America.
Mm-hmm.
And he's probably one of the most humblest guys.
Right.
I watched him one time write a whole record without instruments.
Wow.
All the parts, sitting in a chair. I mean, this guy's incredible. And I'm so grateful and blessed to know him and to be able to work with him. It's amazing. Anyway, so we do this song called Just in Love with a Girl. And I met this young character, Raiden Wickup, on the job site. And he turns out to be a very good video guy who was doing bicycles, the acrobatic bicycle stuff. So he's got a little bit of a following. And so we did this video. Somebody sent it to CTV, and the next thing I know, I'm on the news. And the next thing I know, Global picks it up, and I'm on the news again. Then all of a sudden, the newspapers and then Cairo and Seattle and radio stations in Seattle. And all of a sudden I went from digging, like, I just hated the construction thing, but, and then all of a sudden it became inspiring for people. And all of a sudden people were coming to the job site after the news thing. And they're like, you're this, you're that, you're this and that. And
So you had to take a construction job to earn some money because you've got kids.
Yeah.
And so it just so happened that you met a videographer and they came up with this idea for doing a video, the singing construction guy or whatever turned out. And I think maybe what we should do is, if it's okay with everyone in our chat, we should actually play that video. What do you think, guys?
Well, that'd be great.
Yeah. There it is.
All right, stand back.
And she's just an
What a voice coming out of a construction guy. Wow.
I'm just in love with a girl, and she's in love with me. She cuts a real fine figure in satin and lace. She's got me grinning all over the place. I'm just in love with a girl, and she's just in love with me. I met lots of honeys all around.
Wow.
Cool.
We're having some production difficulties tonight, obviously, but just so happens Scott said that's this community, and it sure is. What did you guys think of that in the chat? Let's have some thumbs up for Gino. And that was amazing. What a beautiful voice.
Well, thank you.
And of course, a great song too. And Miles Black, I go back with Miles. He played on my first 2 records as well. And he arranged one of my songs, and I'm a piano player. And sometimes you just need one of those skilled guys just to come in and just transform everything. And he's brilliant.
For sure.
I love it.
Christopher says, wow, that was amazing. Someone says, oh, as good as Michael Bublé. Tim says, way cool. We've got lots of thumbs up. Will says, awesome.
Yeah, there you go.
Somebody said, play some more. Can we play a little bit more, Garnet? I don't know where. Having like a, here we come.
Here we go.
Play a bit more of it.
Hey.
If you had told me someday I'd be standing at the altar at 2:45, I say I'm just in love with a girl, and she's just in love with me. I thought I was doing fine till I saw that chorus line. You were the gal who caught my eye. You gave me a kick, you gave me a thrill. Yeah, I'm just in love with a girl, and she's just in love with me. Yes, I'm just in love with a girl, and she's in.
Hey, another technical glitch.
We lost some audio in Garnet on the other end saying he can't. Oh, I like the dancing there with the chainsaws or whatever.
Good. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, tonight's a bad audio night. Happens.
People are loving it. Anyway, wonderful, Gino. And I think, one of the things that impressed me about working with you, not only are you a family guy, but you do a lot of humanitarian stuff. I believe you're doing some work with the big brothers and sisters. And,
I've been doing that for quite a few years. And I also, I coach lacrosse, I coach football at all levels, high school level and community. And I really feel that our future really belongs to the children. And I think there's a big disconnect going on with these phone devices and computers and stuff. And one of the things I do with my players is they leave their phones at home when they come, just so they start communicating with one another. And the big brothers and sisters, I mean, I don't even know where to start with that. But other than, you know, it's great to see adults that take the time to go look after some of these kids that are having troubles, with broken families and all that. And as a coach, I used to have maybe like 30% of parents were split up, and now it's like 60 and 70% sometimes.
Wow.
And so I really my heart goes out to kids, and I'm a single dad of 2, and my kids are turning out just fabulous, and they're into music and as well as sports, and we're a big sports and a music family.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's fantastic. And I know that as a family guy and as a coach, and as somebody that works with big brothers and big sisters, that you've got a real heart for your community. And one of the things we have here in Startalk and with Starwire is we're building a community, and we're building a community of friends, of family, of people that can support each other. And it's great to have guests on the show that kind of, reflect our values. I did a post on my Instagram yesterday. This is exactly 366 days today where I haven't watched any television, listened to no news, no radio, and no phone feeds, nothing. And it's been hard. There's a few times I, wanted to check out a few things, but haven't even plugged it in. It's like dark. I don't even miss it. The only time I did turn the TV on is when my future son-in-law was carrying the flag for Canada at the Olympics.
Wow.
Nathan Hirayama for the rugby sevens. So I had to turn that on and see it live in real time.
Yeah.
But that's the only time in 1 year that I actually turned the TV on. But it's great of you to get your kids to leave the phones at home so they can interact with each other. And we're all about tech here. We love tech, and we love crypto, and we love, sort of the new technology. But at the same time, we have to balance that with relationships. And that's what it's really good to see is that, there's good people like yourself out there creating these relationships with these, young people that are impressionable, that need some mentorship. So,
yeah, absolutely.
That's fantastic. Tell us about your famous uncle. We should get there before we have to transition. I know Marty's been asking about that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my uncle was Bruno Gerussi from the Beachcombers.
Right.
A great guy. Misunderstood sometimes. Wine was a big thing in his life. And when the wine hit, he got on his soapbox once in a while and, hold court. In a sense.
So there's a lot of the people in the chat, they're from the US.
Oh, so you don't even know what the
You might not even know what they are. So maybe give a bit more of a backstory to the Beachcombers.
Yeah, the Beachcombers is a beachcombing is where they guys go out and find logs and then sell them back to the mills and that come off the barges and things like that. So it was a comedy show with my uncle was Nick O'Donoghue and Relic and all these guys. And
it was a long-running television show in Canada.
Oh, yeah. It was 19 years.
Wow.
19 years in 29 countries in the world, except the U.S.
There it is.
There he is.
There it is. There's Bruno.
The Persephone. I remember that.
Yeah.
Molly's Reach.
The big restaurant.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. There's Bob Park.
Yeah, Bob Park, there he is, yeah. Ooh.
And I know that Americans, Jason Priestley was on the Beachcombers many times.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Jason is a good Vancouver boy.
Yeah, very nice, kind of.
Yeah.
Good job.
So for our American friends,
and there's David Letterman. I was just watching this the other night.
Were you?
David Letterman. I don't think he wanted to be there, but he was good.
77. He's born.
Man salting my hands, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, there you go. And for those of you who like a blender, if you'd rather have a blender, you can do this.
Letterman.
Okay, now. what you want to do is eventually, this would take about several days, an 8-man team working around the clock to get it where you need it, but we don't have that much time. But eventually what you're going to do is turn this into a green bowling ball. I think to see how that would work.
Does that need any liquid right now? Or
No. Actually, the flour would absorb it sooner or later. And
it takes a little while.
Yeah. And what you're making here is just noodles, see? Green noodles. That's right. And yeah.
Let's we got the idea.
I get mine from the factory. I never really have to do this. Okay, there you go.
Well, there's a sink back here. I'll tidy this up, but I'll get the other stuff. If you want to wash some of that off, what do you think?
No, whatever. I don't care. I have this apron here. I suppose it'll come off.
See, I'll tell you what. Use that.
It'll
you
thaw.
get some of it off with that.
There we go.
And I'll just put that.
Oh, thanks.
God.
Now that eventually would become one of these babies over here. This is what we have. Here, see? The green bowling ball. How many of you remember earlier when I mentioned that? Huh? A few of the more alert members of the crowd do remember it. Now, here's what you do. You serve this on a bun with mayonnaise and maybe a couple of donuts and half.
Yeah, so this was filmed in Vancouver at CBC, and I used to take my cooking classes from school to the live show, like the live, what do you call it? The live filming of the show.
Sound stage, yeah.
Yeah. And everybody could never figure out how I always got an A in cooking and I never was there. No, I'm kidding. I love cooking. Yeah.
Cooking.
It was great. It was fun.
Now, are you Italian? Is it an Italian thing?
Yeah, I think it is. Like my nonna, which is grandma in Italian, we'd have, like 25, 30 people every Sunday at her house, and everybody cooked. And I used to make wine with my grandmother at 7 years old. And she had a basement, and there'd be, like 30 gallons of wine. And these guys would come over, and it was, I think at that time it was against the law to make their own wine. And they would go out the back door with the wine, and it was quite. And then she made grappa, and that stuff was like 150 proof, and they put it in guys' coffee, and guys would fall off the table.
Kind of like a Zambuca, an Italian.
Yeah, absolutely.
Liqueur, yeah.
Rocca.
Johnny,
Ferrera.
Johnny Ferrera, the sax player.
I wasn't gonna say that, but yeah, he makes his own wine too, and that's excellent. No, that's been a little piece of history, because I know I grew up watching the Beachcombers all the time when I was young, and that was just part of our family television. It was just always on Sunday nights, and they were great adventure shows. They were a lot of fun. So tell me a little bit about your music career, where you're going to go from here now. You've been working construction. Now you've got some airplay. You've got a little bit of notoriety as the construction guy that sings. You're going to play off of that, or you're going to continue to just write more songs with Miles, or what's the next step?
Yeah, so I'm glad you asked that. Great question. I'm at the point in my life, I just turned 60 in July. So I think I got one more kick at the can. And the style of music I'm writing is longevity. I mean, like, and from what we're understanding, people that are 18 like it, and people that are 75 like it. So we've got a wide range, and we got our own lane in a sense, where Michael's doing his thing and I'm doing mine, and they're kind of similar. So there's only a couple people doing that. So I am definitely going after my career. I'm definitely, I want to get more radio play, and we are writing more songs as we speak every day. And actually, what's funny is I started taking singing lessons about 6 weeks ago. Now, when I was younger, I took 4 years of opera and 4 years of contemporary. But I thought, it might not be a bad idea to learn new technique and new ways of breathing and different scales and stuff. So I've been really starting to work on my craft again, rather than just rely on what I've learned all the years coming up to here. So it's been a real learning experience, and it's humbling because there's so many things I don't know, and it's fun.
Wow. And so is that somebody local that you're teaching from, or are you learning online, or?
I'm learning online. Yeah.
That's fantastic. It reminds me of a story. I just got an email or a message from this lady who has a piano teaching YouTube channel.
Yeah.
She's got like 1 million followers and whatnot, and wanted to interview me on the piano show. And I said, "Oh, okay, that would sound great." And she goes, "Oh, by the way, I'm your cousin's daughter."
Oh my God.
I said daughter.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
That's tremendous.
So I'm going to meet my cousin's daughter tomorrow. We're actually going to do a preliminary show, but it just goes to show you there's a lot of people that have taken this situation and turned it around for good, and people are teaching piano online, and we've seen people through SessionWire creating careers brand new by connecting with other people, even though they can't travel. And now we've got Gino actually singing like a bird and getting radio airplay. And of course, a lot of these streaming services, they don't have the video necessarily. It's just the song. And sometimes I hear songs, I don't even know who the artists are. I just know that I like them. And so age makes no difference, and location makes no difference.
No.
And it's all about the song. So congratulations on what you've been doing. That's fantastic.
Well done.
Marty, do you want to show any of your special treasures you found over?
I got something happened there. I can't understand. I told Gino that in the green room we had a weird experience, and exactly it proved itself again. But anyways, I'm just going to finish off where I started before. These last two are of the same magnitude, all 40s. I've only seen 4 of those in my lifetime. So immediately, I'm a fan. I grabbed them. Then, much to my surprise, Gino will appreciate this because he comes from a sporting family and that. I was a massive hockey guy, especially goalies. I probably have 7,500 different goalies in my collection of all years. This happens to be the Patrick Waugh rookie.
Wow.
That's nice. A Patrick Waugh rookie. Now, that was from the 86-87 period. Now, not being graded, like this comic book, you can send these, or this is being graded professionally. If you send this away to be graded, it takes a year. It's about $65 to do. A friend of mine, taking advantage of this now, in Vancouver, he's starting a grading company. He's got 2,500 items to be graded. Thus far, he just started 2 days ago.
Wow. Nice business.
He's charging $35 instead of $65. And Canadian, it's a year's waiting list in America. He's already got a waiting list. He stopped taking stuff. So I took this to him on Saturday as a friend, and I said, do me a favor. Don't grade it just yet. Eyeball it for me. And he eyeballed it, and he said, okay, I'm going to give you my honest opinion, not grading it, taking it out, or putting it into a special case later after I've graded it. $350 US.
Nice.
Well,
nice.
If you look at it here on the back, in my writing, when I got it, 75 to 150. Now it's a firm 350 US. Now that's my goalie story. I also do old sports, hundreds and hundreds, baseball, hockey, football. Here's a Norm Ullman here from 1957-58 season. That's Norm there. Now this card, again, in its day, 150 to 250. I took this to him. Now this card by no means is high grade. It's got some issues on the corner over here and stuff like that. I'd give this myself, not being a professional grader, about a 4. Anyhow, he pretty well agreed with me. He said, this thing now, $600.
Wow.
So very happy. Now, last but not least in that world, and then we'll go to where Colin wants to be with the music, comparison. Here's Scotty Bowman's rookie card.
Wow. Look at how young he is.
74, 75, $60 then. I never took this one in, but this is in pristine condition as I look at it. I would put this card now at $200 myself. I wouldn't even worry about getting it graded. I just put it at $200 myself. And then there is a follow-up, a legend, marquee legend that O-Pee-Chee did from 2014, 2015 of Scotty Bowman. So that's a nice package. If you've got these two together, quite nice. So that's similar to the NFTs and the collectability and the rarities. But I know that there's more stuff of interest to our listeners and viewers. And what we can do is...
So recently you went to a sale.
Yeah, I went to a big sale, a state sale, online. I didn't go in person.
Okay.
So I bought blind. You got to understand, this was an online estate that somebody tipped me off to in America. And you go online and you sign up and you put your credit card down and they do a credit check on you. Then you join. Well, there's no more live auctions because of COVID and that, and there's no more calling the bids like at Barrett-Jackson and that, interacting. It's now nobody, no audiences, nothing. You're just online. So I bid blind. So it came up, it said Beatles lot. So I figured, okay. So one of them happens to be this one, which is a Christmas, signed by all four of them. Now, all of this was exclusive fan club stuff. This guy who owned this was a big Beatles fan club guy, and he pursued everything. Then he went after the next one, and progressively on in the binder, they just get better and better, but they're all the Christmas ones. Now, other stuff of value was in smaller packages, but it's like unused block of Beatle stamp there in black and white. So
many of these things you couldn't get in retail. They had to come through the fan club.
Absolutely.
So similarly, as we're doing groups and communities, just like the Starwire group and community, there's going to be certain perks and fan club goodies that people will get that other people won't. So years from now, we're looking at it right here, folks. This is amazing to find.
Yeah, well, myself, never having seen this ever, that's the Beatles doing a Pepsi-Cola commercial.
Wow.
In comparison, by same comparison, in 1964-65, the Beatles were doing a Coke commercial, a Pepsi commercial, pardon me, and our good friends, the Guess Who, were doing two Coke ads on here, down here, on this side here, two Coke ads on this CD. So everybody was in.
And nobody caught on fire.
No, that's true. Nobody caught on fire. Colin's very right. And then we're just going to end it out with binder upon binder, but I'm not going to bring them all out. This guy had pretty well every piece of sheet music I've ever seen on everybody. This is some of the, this is like Wings kind of stuff. These are pretty big, so it's going to be hard to get into to focus. But you can get the idea. So I categorized them, went through them all from all eras. Of course, Ringo, one of my favorites. So I got a multitude of his stuff, but it's just plain binder after binder. Too many to show, but eventually I'll pick out some great stuff. But just like Colin said, you've got to start somewhere. And this new launch with these new goats is going to be the place to go. And I thought I'd start a new band and call them the Rolling Goats. Gino, I want you to be the lead singer.
Gino Gerussi and the Rolling Goats. I love it.
Gino Gerussi and the Rolling Goats.
Oh, that's funny.
And Colin on keys.
There we go. How fun is that?
Oh, we'll have a lot of fun with that. Yeah. But
So,
anyway, this
before
is
we
great.
bring Garnet and Jason
Yeah,
on,
let's get Garnet.
let's see the giveaway from Gino.
Oh
I
yeah,
think-
Gino, show us the giveaway. Gino,
I
has
think
a
it's
giveaway.
too good to give away.
I've got
That's-
two things. I got two things now.
two.
One, but I have two now.
Yeah,
So
well,
let's
one you
get
got to
right
give to
away.
me, so it doesn't matter.
What's that?
One you got to give to me, so you only have one.
Okay, I have two.
I know.
So here's probably like in the 60s.
Right.
Or the 50s. No, it's got to be the 50s.
Yeah.
So my uncle Bruno was the very first guy in Canada
Right.
to do a radio talk show.
Wow.
He was the
Wow.
first guy. He used to sit in Ottawa in some hotel, and he would the politicians would come through and he'd talk to them. So it was
Really?
the very first talk show. Anyway, this is a one night with him, just
Cool.
narrating and stuff like that. So I'm going to give this away. This is
Very
what,
good.
Wow, I want that.
from that time. I'm also going to give away. I found something that I made a copy of
Okay.
my master album,
Oh,
and there it is.
it is.
It's signed.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops! It's signed,
That's fine.
and I'll give that away as well.
Excellent.
And there you go.
Fantastic.
That's really good.
Well, we'll do hashtag Gino. How's that?
Yeah, hashtag Gino for all the lucky people later on.
Let's well, thank you so much, Gino. It's just
Gino,
it's always
hi.
great to talk to you. It's great to play with you, and hopefully
God.
we'll get that back happening in the next year or so.
I would love that.
But it's also fun just visiting with you because you're a great songwriter and
Tremendous.
got
song.
such a beautiful voice and really excited for what the future holds for you.
Well,
So,
thank you
um,
very much. I appreciate it, and I appreciate being on your show.
Always a pleasure.
Let's bring on Garnet and JW and
Hey,
see
there
what's
he is.
going on.
There's JW.
Hey guys,
Welcome, Cindy. Welcome, Val. Christopher, we already said hi. Who am I missing here? Tim's in the room. Judge is
Is Austin
here.
there?
Yeah, Austin's here.
Great.
And
we got Jason Mills out there.
Oh, Jason
Hey,
Mills.
Beach.
Jason
Yeah.
Mills.
California Beach
Mills
Bums.
motion picture.
All right. There. Thanks for coming on, Gino. Thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Gino.
we're getting lots of
Stay with us.
hashtags. Gino spelled Gino. There's Richie. He's in on it. He wants that.
Richie wants that, Gino Gerussi.
That's because it says January 6th on it. I bet you that's why.
Well,
You know what?
Joshua's
it's-
here.
It's so
All right.
good just hearing your story, and for your story is kind of unique. No matter how young you are, we see artists emerging. As young as 10 years old.
Mhm.
Or how old was Michael Jackson when his career started?
7 or 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no matter what age, part of our vision at Starwire is to see, like, we want to be the place where artists, no matter who they are or what country they're from, they can come to a community and launch, begin to put together the foundation for that dream. And like, as you know, there's the hard work that you put in through the years. And even now, like, wow, after hearing your amazing voice, and I apologize for all the technical difficulties, Marty,
Oh,
it
good.
should not happen, right?
No, it can happen.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Blame
is
it on the
wh-
tornado.
when I think about all my touring that I did, not near comparing as much as, you and Colin, Marty,
Mhm.
but when we get together as a group, what do we talk about? We always talk about when things went wrong, because those seem to be the
Yeah.
most memorable moments, right? I remember we got to this hall and the speakers broke in half or something. We had to play without a PA or something like that.
Right.
So this may just be, Gino, the most memorable Star Talk we've
Mhm.
had. I will
Well, thank you.
but again, the vision, we want a place to help launch careers like yours. And it's like, how are we doing that? Well, something has changed sort of in the atmosphere. There's all kinds of new technologies making that happen. Calling it SessionWire, you guys created an amazing tool that lets people launch their careers, right? With SessionWire, allowing musicians to collaborate even when they can't make it together in a recording studio. And then at Starwire, we also have some ideas on how to do that. And, you know, part of it comes through one of these new technology, NFTs. And I know a lot of you of our community, Starwire followers, you know what NFTs are, these digital certificates that we use to not only register what we create, but to register our membership in this community. And that's really changing the way that we can capture the energy of the fans and capturing the energy of the music, of the performances, and connecting the two worlds together. And Jason's here. I want to give everyone an update just with our project, what's going on. And of course, we know NFTs, again, they're moving, you know, we're seeing huge volume of this being bought, and we'll explain why there's, you know, such a surge in the price of NFTs. And it comes back to where Marty was talking about how do you determine the value of a collectible, right? So Marty was giving us the details. Oh, this specific card. Well, this was one of the originals, and what kind of shape is it in? Well, in NFTs, there's also a way that we can evaluate the value of an NFT. And Jason's here for that. And, you know, again, just to demonstrate, here's an example of, for those of you who haven't seen an NFT collection before, these are called the Meadow here. I just brought up a random one. Jason, have you ever seen these guys before?
No, I have not.
Okay, so here's an unknown collection. And it looks like, you know, they have pretty cool art or something like this. And you might say, oh, well, how do I know if this is actually going to be a good project or a bad project? So, Marty, you know how to value, say, an old album or an old comic book. You would know right away a good one from junk. Well, how do we tell the difference between a great NFT collection and a bad one? Maybe let's pick three things, Jason. I'm putting you on the spot here.
Okay.
So when you're judging one of these,
He's the guru. He's the guru.
Yes. Okay, so three things. First of all, it has nothing to do with the art. The first one doesn't have anything to do with the art itself. It's community. It's community and demand.
Come on.
That's right. So if there's a demand and the community has great interest in the project, and there is especially if they have a certain utility behind what the
use case is.
Yeah,
what
use case for why a person would have one. There are some use cases like where if you hold them that you get special privileges. Like the Bored Ape Yacht Club, they're always doing something exciting, in like they'll be holding like a yacht party somewhere, or that only certain people that hold their NFT can get into,
Maybe
so
like
that
a
would be the first
pass to Startalk.
Yeah,
Live.
backstage pass. Exactly. That's right. I'm pretty sure we got the market covered on that.
And another important thing would be the team, right? Who are the guys behind this project?
True.
Yeah, for sure.
So in some of these projects, when you go to check out the team, they might just be anonymous people, right? That, you know, they want to hide their true identity for whatever reason. That may be a red flag potentially, not always, but it could be. So in the case of the collection that we're building here at Starwire, we have a theme. And we're always talking about, even in Marty's collectibles he found there, what is he referring back to? The greats, right? He had the Beatles. He had some of those athletes, who Scotty Bowman, you know, so the great ones, right? And that was our theme that we wanted to bring with the Starwire collection, was the greatest of all time, or the goats.
Goats for short, all-star goats. By the way,
Exactly.
Richie, thank you. My voice is sounding and feeling better, and I appreciate that in the chat, and all the great comments that are coming in. But yeah, the greatest of all time, and there's no better indication of that than some, like the rookie card you showed, Marty. That was so cool.
Yeah.
The Patrick Waugh rookie card. You know,
Yeah.
not many people have those.
Oh no, very few.
So as we bring our collection to the marketplace, like when we think about the team that we've assembled for our collection, and really our use case in bringing great talent to the marketplace, launching talent. Look at who's in the call right now. Colin Wiebe, who's, you know, been, you know, experienced his own career, amazing. In the business realm, achieved amazing thing. He's like been pioneering tech companies for ages now. Marty is the legend, of course, right? He's worked with the greatest of all time,
The greatest
rock bands. And, you know, we think when people come and look at our project, they're going to go, whoa, these are not anonymous kids off the street who came up with an idea and put some fancy art up. They're like, wow, these guys really know what they're doing. They're going to take this thing home. And when we think of the use case of the goats, like what are some of the things, you know, when you buy one of these digital certificates of ownership, you know, hey, I got my goat NFT, and they are going to look amazing. I'm telling you that right now. We've been working on the art, and here's a little update for those wanting to know when will the project be ready? Well, we finished the art. Actually, all the art is finished today, and
Wow.
all 200 traits of the goats will be going to the developers, and we'll begin the testing phase of putting together the different combinations to create 10,000 unique goats. And these goats are awesome. They've been put together, painted by some of Canada's and America's top gaming artists. You're going to meet the team that did the artwork in the future. But they're looking good. But let's talk about use case, Jason. So
Yeah, you bet.
for someone buying one of these, are they just buying it because it looks good? Is there benefits to actually having one of these goats? What do you think people can?
You bet. Of course, we have great use cases, like we were talking about before, like with the Bored Apes. Not only are they going to be a very sought after for the look of the goat and the look of the artwork,
right?
But also
and the
for
prestige of hanging out with these
being
cool
part of our
dudes.
group. Yes, but not just that. We have some great use cases, like because of the community that we do have, with plenty of different types of artists and plenty of different types of projects, whether that be a music project, whether that be a film project.
Yeah, we got Jason Mills in.
We got Jason Mills in the house.
Jason Mills in the house, and we should also shout out to you, Garnet, because you're part of the team.
Yeah, you're part of it.
You
Phenomenal.
have this huge film and television background,
Right.
and you know, teaching background and all the stuff that goes with it. And you've been
Yeah, it's very
instrumental in
creative.
putting a lot of these projects together. You're the glue that's
Absolutely.
holding this. So a big shout out to you, and it's just goes to show the
I
dedication of this team, day in and day out, week after week,
Daily.
to come here and
It is a team, definitely.
to provide a little bit of entertainment in these weird times. But I hope you guys enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Garnet, do you
so,
have a teaser there for us? Do you have a goat instead of Meta Hero Universe? Maybe we could.
you know what? We had so many crashes
Yeah,
tonight.
you don't want to do it.
Did we
Get rid of
lose
this.
Gino?
I
Gino's
don't have
gone.
a goat. You know, I was going to say too, one of the benefits while we're just closing out that is the fact that as our goats are working on promoting some of our project, some of the rewards they will be yielding are these Starr tokens, which we've, again, it's something most other projects, a lot of them don't have, but we've built this token up over the past year, and it's going to be there now as rewards for people participating in our network. And I mean, look at that beautiful chart right there.
Gotta love
Can't
it.
ask for better than that.
When
I
the
love
upward
seeing
surge.
the price, and that's the Starr token. So you got your goat token and you got your Starr token. They both go together and they make a beautiful thing.
Goats and stars. Can't go wrong.
The
Is that Marty's house?
allstargoats.club.
I wish.
Coming.
What is the
my house is
tagline again?
similar.
Let me type this in.
Similar.
We got to get Gino back.
Oh yeah. What is our tagline here again?
Hashtag Gino.
Hashtag Gino.
Gino for the draw.
Okay. Let me get that collecting.
We get that going, and then there's Gino hashtag going. Get that going.
Yeah, we're ready to do that draw if you guys are.
We're ready to do the draw, but we should have Gino in the house.
Oh, where'd he go? Where did Gino go?
Suddenly I saw a big circle on his square, and it just round and round, and then he just gone.
He may have had a battery issue or something like that. He's not in.
Yeah, he said he was using his son's computer, and he may not have had it powered up.
It could be the laptop battery died.
Yeah, that's
all right.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's like we've had a night of everything that could.
Everything that could go wrong. Almost.
It's those water spouts, I tell you. Those water spouts.
It's merely a technicality, boys.
It's the tornado. It must be.
This is for the Gino draw. The two items that you guys saw before. We got 3 minutes left. Here we go.
I want.
Let's
15. Who's it gonna be?
Hey, I think it should be.
Gonna be Marty.
It can't be me. I'm not in.
Jason.
Oh,
Terry
Holland. Congratulations, Terry Holland. You've won yourself a prize.
That's right.
Hey, where'd Colin go? Oh, there's Gino's back.
Gino's back and Colin's gone.
Oh,
I don't know what happened there.
Battery dead on your kid's computer or what?
I have no idea.
Colin vanished. It's one of those nights. They're taking people at random. The goats are taking people out and beating them up.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. The goats are taking you out.
And we can finish with that whole song. I think we should.
Oh
try
yeah, I
to
love
play
that. Yeah, that song's hip. It's really hip.
Should I play that on our way out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let me add this.
We got
Gino, thanks for coming on. This was a great show. Really appreciate you coming on.
Fab.
Thank you.
As usual. Here we go. Stay online, Gino. Don't leave, but we're gonna do the
I
extra.
heard you could sing.
You heard wrong, man.
Don't quit your day job then.
That's the real super on that job.
I'm just in love with a girl, and she's just in love with me. I'm just in love with a girl, and she's in love with me. She cuts a real fine figure in satin and lace. She's got me grinning all over the place. I'm just in love with a girl, and she's just in love with me. I met lots of honeys all around the world, swinging from town to town. I savored all the sweetness and all of that jazz. You know I've had my fill. If you had told me Someday I'd be standing at the altar at 2:45. I say I'm just in love with a girl, and she's just in love with me. I thought I was doing fine till I saw that chorus line. You were the gal who caught my eye. You gave me a kick, you gave me a thrill. Yeah, I'm just in love with a girl, and she's just in love with me. Yes, I'm just in love with a girl, and she's in love with me. She got some real fine figure in satin and lace. She's got me dancing all over the place. I'm just in love with the girl, and she's just in love with me. Yes, she's just in love with me. Oh, I'm just in love with the girl.
All right. Thank you, Starwire.
Well done, Gino. Awesome.